Hello everybody and welcome to episode 23 of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. Electromagnetic has just joined the channel, and we are in a position now where we are pretty set up to land this craft on Duna, collect a whole another batch of science, and as well as plant a flag. Let's see, where have I flagged before? Way over there. Let's aim for this patch right here. So we're already set to face retrograde. We're clear of our other, the other, basically the mothership, and we managed to, in the previous episode, rescue the previous Duna mission, which had a fair bit of liquid fuel in its inner tank, and I think we'll be able to use that to do some Ike operations as well. But right now, we're going to get ourselves underway for Duna's surface. Quick save what we got going on here. And off we go, aiming for the dark patch. We've had this type of craft land here before. Wartang's and asking a question about my scientific experiments, because he's asking, can you reset the scientific experiments and use them again? And the answer is yes, because I have, well, I can't do this necessarily on the surface, but if I was, because I'm using a pilot right now, but as soon as I dock up, in fact, here's what we can do. I can show you. Oh. Switch to. We have a scientist on board. So that means all these experiments I think Izathy is my scientist. She'd probably need to go EVA to do it, but should be able to reset those experiments no problem. If she so desired. But we're going to switch back to the other Strawberry. Switch to Strawberry Desert Lander. And just zoom in here and plonk down a maneuver node. Plonk. Put it right on the surface so that when I get this close, when I get that many seconds away, which is to say a minute 43, we can begin our deceleration. So let's get this lander configured for landing. Retrograde, gear down. No analysis can be done right now. That science we've already done. Seismic data can't be done right now. This is science that we have not yet done. So go ahead and keep that. That science we've done. Just double checking that I've done all the science that's available right now in these areas. So yeah, reset the timer for this episode. And fast forward to the node. We are going to be coming in somewhat hot, and it is a place with an atmosphere. So we'll definitely want to be hitting retro thrust to help slow us down. And any moment, here we go. Full retrograde burn. Burning out of the fuel out of these outer tanks. Which we'll then get rid of during launch and lift off and all that good stuff. But for now... and get ourselves a mid-descent quick save. We are, in fact, entering the atmosphere right now. I'll just bring this down to 200 meters per second. In the cockpit, wow, look at that view. We can see Ike, we can see our spacecraft. Nice landing coming up. 100 meters per second. So I'll come down at 100 meters per second into the cockpit. I need to use my... There's the view of the Martian of the Duna landscape coming down now. I'm waiting for my radar altitude to register something. As soon as that radar altitude registers something, we'll be keeping a much closer eye on our descent speed. There it is. Crossing 2,000 down at about 90. Crossing 1,000. Let's go ahead and go full throttle for a bit. And 500, we are down at 10. 400 down at 10. Down at 5. $200 down at 6. $40 down at 5, $20, $10. Down at 2 now. 10 feet down at 2. A little rough. It's not too bad. We are once again on the surface of Duna. Started constructing their first station around Duna. Really? Next thing's considered a station? Did a docking maneuver on Duna. That's all worth money. $1.6 million funds. Soon to be a lot more. All right, let's do some science. Well, hang on. Extendo the ladder. Log. Seismic data. We're back on Duna's lowland, so this is nothing new. Unfortunately. That's not even a new experiment. I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh well. So there isn't much in the way of science to be had here, but that's okay. We'll get science probably on Ike. Down she comes. Plant a flag, giving me tons of cash. Cash, cash, cash. And there's my SimGamer TV flag. For science. And also money. We'll grab a surface sample. Take that with us. Because what we could do is we can stick that surface sample in the mobile processing lab. Hey, my redesign worked. Okay, now, how are we doing on fuel on these things? Plenty. Now we just need to get ourselves in a situation to catch up with our spaceship. And we're up, up, and away. As soon as we run these tanks out, we will decouple or detach them. As we did last time. "61 kilometers is our current target. Get ready to stage. Spaz Thunder has joined here. Has joined the channel. Welcome, welcome, Spaz. It's too bad this wasn't considered a new biome that we hadn't. Off with the external tanks and the landing gear. And we're pushing this thing up to 61 kilometers. Looks like we're coming ahead. We'll go 58. 2, 45, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to lose some because of the atmospheric drag. We're still in Duna's atmosphere, and that's going to affect us as we climb. Oh, hang on. Yes! Can't do that now. Completion rewards for that one. Our trackers confirm the flag has been planted at Duna. Nicely done. So if you have a hard time with rendezvous, which even I do sometimes, here is a handy trick. as long as you're patient enough to use it. Get into an orbit such that your apoapsis and periapsis are essentially 2 kilometers underneath, either underneath or above. It's your preference, depending on whether you're ahead or behind your target. And then, if you just wait, you will always have a flyby whereby the target comes within 2 kilometers, which is close enough for docking. All right. Head this way. How's our fuel looking? Fuel's looking good. We're using a little more than I had anticipated. But it doesn't matter because we have a refill waiting for us. Turn that off. In space. As soon as we get out of the atmosphere. Okay. Gotta conserve power. Should be charging now, right? Almost. Need to orient a little bit. Nope, maybe not. We're facing directly away from the sun. That's the problem. Sun's right there. Solar panels are on the side. So the idea is, if we get this lander docked up with our station, it's not a station, with Strawberry Dessert, the mothership. And then transfer the fuel that we need, the extra fuel, from the other lander to this one. Okay, how did it actually do? That looked a little hairy. Yep, ended up being a little hairy. Okay, orbit, radial out. Get our solar panels oriented so that they can charge up our batteries. Thank you. And then to the descending node. That is the plan, Wartang. That is absolutely the plan. I'm going to snag that fuel from there. Unfortunately, the mass of this thing might throw off our center of gravity enough to be a problem as far as actually maneuvering goes. We'll have to determine what we're going to do about that. Because I would also like to, on this mission, plant a flag on Ike. If possible, planting a flag on Ike would give us another 300,000 funds or so, I think. What are we looking at now? 1.9 million funds. Okay. We're facing the node. There we go. Right now, we got to do is wait for Strawberry Dessert to catch up to us. fact, it's probably just easier to flip over to strawberry dessert at this point. Boy, we should see it out there somewhere. There it is. Strawberry dessert. Hanging out at 80 something kilometers. Oh, we're okay, hang on. We're gonna just go ahead and burn a little bit for a docking encounter. Ah, no wonder. God dang it. That was a whole lot of wasted fuel there. Stupid me. That was a whole bunch of wasted fuel that I didn't need to waste. There we go. We're up there. Coming around. We'll see our target fly away from us for a little bit, but then come back. There's that debris. So it is now catching up. Within 10 kilometers. Within 5 kilometers. Within 2.1 kilometers. And there it goes. Okay. Now I need to get back into the light, which thankfully is not very far away. Face the target, please. Thrust. 10 meters per second towards the target. Face retrograde. With respect to target. When we fly by our closest pass, we slow down again. Then we move some data around. Yeah, Spaz is asking why no RCS. This ship doesn't have any RCS, and that was actually a design flaw on my part. If I put a little RCS on here, it'd be a lot easier to dock this without having to have the mothership do the docking. But it's okay because the mothership has RCS, and it can handle all the docking maneuvers. Ah! Ugh. Finicky. Well, it doesn't matter. We need to face the target anyway. And get a little closer. We gotta do some stuff. Definitely some stuff is going to happen here pretty soon. Then I need to do some stuff. Okay. Practically parked. We'll get her EVA'd. Climb down. Take all this data. Collect data. Yes, I know. I don't care. Download that data. Collect that data. Okay. We've got all of our experiments loaded up. Back on board. Oops. That's not what I wanted at all. EVA. Take all this data. And head carefully over to the mothership. And then we gotta do some shenanigans. Serious piloting shenanigans. Yes, Spaz, that is true. On Kerbal, we would still be in the atmosphere. I intentionally aimed for 20 or 10 kilometers above atmosphere. It's a nice... Oh, up. Board. Okay, we've loaded up those scientific experiments. Now, we need a quick save. Well, actually, I'm going to say that's it for this episode of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. Tune in next time when we decouple everything and reconfigure for a Minmus landing. I hope. Not a Minmus landing, an Ike landing. But if you're here live, stick around. There's definitely more to come.